Welcome to the Typical Sportsman podcast. I'm joined today by Mr. Corey Overtime Anderson. Corey's got a title fight coming up in October in Dubai. He's going to be defending his title in the middle of deer season, which can present some challenges. How do you run a fight camp when you're also trying to get out and kill deer? And that's exactly what we talk about. We talk about balancing the fight life with hunting. We also dive into the discrimination that Corey has faced with being a black man who is in hunting. Now, I find it absolutely admirable that we have a big black guy that represents hunting so well, because he is going to reach a demographic and a people that are never going to listen to me speak about hunting. He can speak to hunting. He can speak about hunting to people that would otherwise just shut down and not want to hear about it, which is what I respect and what I admire. I admire guys who have a public platform in another sport, but use that platform to speak about hunting. Guys in the NFL, guys in professional baseball, professional fighters, Joe Rogans, guys who reach and speak to a vast variety of people, and then they get to talk to them about hunting. Because if somebody's tuning into the Typical Sportsman podcast, they're probably tuning in because they're a hunter. Whereas with Corey's platform, he gets to reach people that are coming to watch and follow about his fight journey and his fight life, and then get to share with them about hunting. It's really cool. So I admire it. But we talk about the challenges that he faces there. We also talk about his journey into becoming a hunter and the people that he has got to impact since becoming a hunter. It's a really good episode. Corey's an awesome dude. Make sure and tune in for his title fight in Dubai. You're going to want to see it. It's going to be an awesome fight. Guys, this episode is brought to you by my friends over at ScentLock. Getting ready for whitetail season. Scent is king. And with ScentLock's activated carbon for maximum odor absorption, they really set themselves apart from the rest of the clothing companies that you could wear when you're in the whitetail woods. Go check out ScentLock. Definitely, if you're a bow hunter, check out the BE1 Toolkit, the Bowhunter Elite Toolkit. It's an entire toolkit built for bow hunters by bow hunters. And I can promise you, it's worth checking out. Guys, let's jump in with Corey Anderson and talk about balancing the fight life with getting out in the woods and hunting.
For the true sportsman, it's more than a pastime. It's a way of life. Embrace the lifestyle of hunting, fishing, and the thrill of the wild. Live the life. Be typical.
You all know I love arrows, so therefore I love vanes, and I love trying different vane configurations. I love seeing how they fly, how they tune, how quiet they are. Boning archery makes, in my opinion, the greatest selection of vanes known to man. And for good reason, because they've been making vanes longer than your grandpapa's been alive. They make a phenomenal line of vanes. So whatever you're trying to do, whether you're wanting to shoot paper, 3D, or you're wanting to go out and hunt, whether you're shooting a crossbow, compound, they've got vanes for you. Now, they just recently introduced, in my opinion, the greatest vane of all time, which is the Alpha. It's an all-new design. It's made out of the same stiff material that my previous favorite vane, the Heat vane, is made out of. So it's whisper quiet. It stabilizes your arrow very well. And it's just an all-around great vane. Now, they also just introduced the Atlas, which is the same shape and profile as the Alpha, out of the same classic blazer material. Guys, here's what I'll tell you. Boning simply makes really good products. If you are an arrow tinkerer like me and you want to try a bunch of different vanes, I would highly encourage you to go try out Boning. Some of my favorite vanes are definitely the Heat vane. The Heat vane in a 4-fletch is almost unbeatable, just barely outdone by an Alpha vane in a 3-fletch with a hardcore left helical. That's just money every single time. Guys, go check out Boning, whether you're looking for, longer 4-inch vanes, whether you're looking for micro vanes, they've got something for you. And I promise you it's going to perform every time. Corey Overtime Anderson. What's up, big dog?
What's going on, dude?
Dude, it's been a while since we chatted, man. You've had a couple title fights since our last podcast.
I had one title fight, and then I fought the heavyweight champ. It wasn't a title, but I beat him as well. They should have put a title on him, but it wasn't.
So you're just killing everyone, dude. Like, that's just stacking bodies in the field and in the ring, huh?
That's it. I'm trying to get checks and belts. That's all I'm here for. So.
Now, what does the fall look like for you? I mean, do you just kind of say like, hey, I'm hunting, like or do you still have to balance that?
I mean, I train year round. I never stop training.
Right.
I literally, before we got on here, I was upstairs on the phone with a friend with my wife and was trying to plan this fall camping and whatnot. And like, you ain't got no fights. Like, I plan on not fighting again until after hunting season. That's the goal. I mean, I'm going to train every day, but I hope not to have another fight until hunting season is over. But at the same time, I have to be in the gym just in case they call me. Like, oh, we got this opportunity. Such and such coming for the belt. The fight is January or February, whatever it is. Then now we're going to have to go right back to camp. But fingers crossed, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. So normally how much time are you given in advance of like, hey, you got to fight?
I mean, at least 8-9 weeks minimum. Usually at least. Even if the contract isn't signed, it'd be like my manager called me like, oh, they're talking about putting this card together. They're talking about putting you on the card in Abu Dhabi or Dubai or Chicago or Florida, wherever it is. And it's like, oh, what just happened?
How many countries have you fought in?
Let's see. Germany, London, Brazil, Africa. This would be Dubai. If you count U.S., I guess 5 or 6.
That's cool, man. Now, do you try to have you ever tried to hunt? Like, I mean, obviously Africa like sticks out as like the big one. Like, are you like, hey, give me 2 more additional weeks over there because I'm hunting?
No, I can. I mean, you book your flight and they just pay for it. You know what I mean? I can stay as long as I want. But when you got a family and wife and kids, like even when we went to Cape Town, South Africa, it was pretty dope. Like the gym we trained at, Henzo Gracie, Cape Town, they had a guy in there who was a hunting guide. Like a hunting guy with an outfitter and everything. He's like, oh, if you would have told me, we should have brought your bow and stuff. We could have went hunting the day before the fight. And I would have had you back by the time the fight. And he invited us over to his house for dinner. He's a taxidermist as well. So we had zebra, springbok, nilgai. We had all kinds of 8 different meat spread with other different vegetables and stuff that him and his wife prepared. It's dope. So I got that contact. I'm definitely going to go back. But usually when I go, I'm just focused on one hunt. And that's my opponent. And we'll do something after. My opponent, actually, I seen him at the next day checking out. And him and his coach came to me and showed me a picture. Like, oh, you're a big hunter, right? Yeah, we went and got this springbok this morning. Like, you mother effers. That's what I do. I'm the hunter, but yeah. Dude,
it's funny because I was talking to somebody about South Africa the other day. They got back on they went on a mission trip to South Africa. And so of course they were like, going way into the bush to these unreached tribes and where the money isn't there. And, I was talking about the culture of hunting in South Africa and like, so many times you think like, oh, I'm going to go into these poverty-stricken places and hunt. And it's like you get there and it's a 5-star lodge and they're feeding you like a king and you're it's such a cool culture, the hunting in South Africa, because with that, just because the pHs and everything are working in those places, they are taking meat back to tribes that, wouldn't have the money or the food otherwise. So South Africa is a really cool thing, man. And it never really was on my list until you understand, until you start to learn that culture and understand like that you really are feeding people and you really are providing for these tribes. Like then all of a sudden you're like, okay, maybe I do need to go hunting over there. And so, my brother and sister-in-law actually just planted a church in Arkansas, but it's under the umbrella of Hope Family Church, which is out of South Africa. And so I'm like, man, dude, looks like we need to go do some mission work in South Africa. And like, Dylan, why are you taking your bow on a mission trip? And I'm like, well,
that's part of the mission.
2 things at once. Yeah, absolutely. What is the next big fight for you?
So October 3rd in Dubai. So I'm in camp now. That's why I've been so hard getting this schedule set for me and you back and forth between training. That's why I had to push up to 3 p.m. Eastern time because once we're done here, I got to go back and do strength and conditioning. So, yeah, that'd be the big one. That's defending my 205 belt in Dubai.
Nice, dude. Have you ever fought in Dubai? You said before?
No.
That'll be cool, man.
They say it's a very rich, expensive place, but it's beautiful. So yeah. I look forward to going. Hopefully, I come back with some money in my pocket still.
Do you try to take the family on those types of fights?
I don't take the family, but I will take my wife. The kids will have like her mom or my parents come watch them at the house here. It's just, it it's such an expensive trip, and the kids really don't understand the culture and all that. Spend all that money for a trip that they don't even get to enjoy to the point where, like, yeah, like, oh, that's so cool, mommy. Oh, that look cool. Look at that nice building, that fast car. But at the end of the day, it was just another trip. We can take them to Walmart up the street, put them in an aisle with toys, and they think it's a blast. So it's kind of not worth spending $1,500, $1,600, $2,000 a ticket for 2 kids just to go out there.
Yeah.
And just,
How old are your kids?
6 and 4.
Oh, so that 6-year-old's getting close to going on some hunts with dad.
Oh, he's already been hunting.
Nice.
Hunting. So when he was 4, he went out with me and watched me hunt. When he was 5, and watched me get my first one. Well, watched me kill one for the first time. Then when he was 5, he actually went out and hunted himself. I had a crossbow for him. He hit one. It was high in the back, and we tracked blood and no recovery. Put my tracking dog on it, nothing. Just came out a couple times looking for vultures, nothing. So that one got away. Then at the end of the season, we went back again. He hunted hard. After I got mine, I was all about him. And when the coldest days, he wanted to be out there. It was like -7. I'm freezing. And Dad, we're going to get my big buck today. Like, you sure you want to stay? So he's already got bit by the bug. This morning, actually, we picked out the buck on camera he wants. So we had some bucks all on camera. And he was like, I want this one. So he got it marked.
So luckily, my boy's been out a lot with me. He shot 2 deer with me now. And then we actually ended up shooting a bear in Idaho together, which was just unreal. Like, we weren't in a tree stand, weren't in a blind, just 27 yards on the ground, like shooting a bear. Like, it was the coolest experience ever. However, we've been lucky to find everything that I've shot together. So I'm curious, like, how did that go with a 5-year-old, like explaining to him, like, hey man, I know there's blood, but like, we're not finding the animal. Did he really comprehend what happened?
Yeah, he has. I mean, in a way, yes and no. He know, like, we didn't get the deer. At the same time, he still keep thinking the deer is dead somewhere. I don't even think the deer died. I think it was just like so high on the back. It wounded it. If we see that doe again this year, it'll have like a spot on his back. He keep telling everybody, I shot my first deer. We couldn't find it though. We put my dad, my son, he just tell the whole story. He's just a talk. Yeah. So he went back and we got the dog. She didn't find it either. And my dad looked around. It's going to be out there somewhere, but we didn't find it. But I shot a deer. I shot my first deer. And then we went out again. And another one came out, and I shot underneath it. But when we was tracking, he was like, Dad, we got to find a deer. It's like, we don't see no more blood, man. Like, I know. It's got to be around here somewhere. Like, I don't think we're going to get this one, man. And kind of like 30, 40 minutes later, we went back to the blind. He finally was like, all right, Dad, so if we don't get that one, then what? Like, we just keep hunting. Hopefully another one comes. So.
That's cool, man. I mean, it's not cool that you found it, but it's cool that he's, kind of wrapping his mind around what had happened. It's funny, man, when you hear kids talk about like a hunting experience, because I shot a doe one time and this was with my middle daughter, and she never really, got into it much, but she thought she wanted to go out, and then it was like, this is boring and stupid. But I did shoot a doe, and it was like hardcore quartering away. And so she's telling everybody, like, my dad shot this deer right in the butt. And I'm like, no, I didn't, sweetheart. Like, it was quartering away. And so the arrow looks like it's, going way back there, but it's going out where it's anyways. But she's going around telling everybody, yeah, my dad shot a deer in the butt. And I'm like, babe, like, quit telling people that. I did not shoot it in the butt. Like, and so
unethical hunter.
Yeah. Just so I got all these people looking at me, like, why? Like, either you suck or you're just unethical. And I'm like, no, it was quartering away. So it went in back here, but it came out where it's supposed to. Anyways. So what I find, and for those, you might not even be aware of this. Now that I've changed platforms away from bear archery, started my own thing. Me and Corey talked on the Bear Archery podcast, and he kind of shared his journey into hunting. And I love talking to adult onset hunters, those who become a hunter in their adulthood. I shouldn't say that, because if I remember your story correctly, you did have some experience hunting before, but anyways, share that story, man, about, the journey into who Corey Anderson is as a hunter.
I mean, like I said, I was hunting before. I grew up rabbit hunting and coon hunting with my dad with shotguns and beagles since I can remember. I got my first shotgun when I was 8. Did my hunting safety course when I was 8. When I left, my dad gave me a 410 shotgun. We hunted that for years. When I was 12 or 13, we saw a bow shop when we left this restaurant. We stopped in there, He got a Matthew Z7 or something like that, Z3, whatever. I ended up going back getting a Browning with some aluminum arrows, and we shot 3D targets almost like 2-3 times a week, every week for like years. Remember, I was 16 and I was one of my teammates at the practice in the locker room. He's like, "What are you doing today after practice?" Like, "Oh, me and my dad going to the bow shop. We're going to shoot 3D. Like, we're shooting our bows." Like, "Oh, you hunt too?" Like, "I hunt rabbits and stuff with a gun." Like, "No, like with your bow." No clue. Like, he's like, "Oh, go get to Walmart, get your hunting tags and grab your bow and meet me at such and such tomorrow." We go out, and they took me out, and that was my first time. Then I did it sporadically here and there, like hunting, because hunting is always during wrestling season. I wrestled all the way through my senior year in college, 22 years old. Then I was coaching college wrestling. We had a break, and I went back, and that's when I killed my first deer, which was a 10-point buck. I'm actually looking at it on the wall, huge Illinois deer. And then, again, still sporadic. I liked it, but I didn't have time. And then when I got head kicked, knocked out after a fight, I mean, there was nothing else to do. And my wife being a DeQuisto, and she said it like, "Yo, why don't you like hunting? Didn't Matthews just send you a bow? Why don't you get your bow and go hunt? Like, we got all the woods behind the house. Go hunt. Go do something. Take your time away from the gym." Then that's when I got bit by the bug. I was out there hunting and just listening to nature, and that's when I realized, like, yo, nothing, all that other stuff is noise. Like, I lost a fight, oh well. Life is bad, oh well. I don't really care about that. I'm out here with nature. I'm enjoying it. And just, I'm at one and with peace with nature. And that's became my therapy. And now, it's like, now I'm just diehard archery, addict, building bows, building arrows, tuning bows, watching videos, figuring out new things, going to archery shops or Bass Pro Shop, just seeing what kind of things that came to the industry, checking the internet, and just doing videos. And yeah, so.
It's funny to me because like you live in two complete different worlds. Like on one hand, it's chaotic and it's loud and it's aggressive and it's fighting and which don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a big MMA fan. And then on the other hand, it's like peaceful, quiet. And I used to think to myself, like, man, you don't really see those two worlds colliding. But then the more I thought about it, it's like, man, for all of us, hunting is that escape. Hunting is the busyness of life during the week. You know, you're 8 to 5, clock in, clock out. You know, you're going to and from work, your sports practices, and then I get to sit and just be quiet and still. Like today is all about just, there's nothing other than just taking it all in. And so I'd imagine it's about the same for you. Like it's not a contradicting world, it's a balancing world. You know what I mean?
100%. Because life can get hectic, like you said, loud, hectic, obnoxious. The fight game is just, it's a trash talking world. You know, your promoters want you to talk trash, hype up fights, want you to call out opponents and talk trash, be loud, be noisy, be heard, sell tickets, put butts in the seats. And hunting is completely different. And hunting is pretty much who I am. I'm the quiet country boy in the room. And when
Who's the best trash talker in the game?
I mean, either Chael Sonnen or Conor McGregor. I mean, those are the guys. They in MMA, they the ones that made the trash talking thing famous. A lot of guys try, but not many people can succeed. You got to be quick with it. And the thing is, that's the thing. I don't talk trash, but when I'm around my friends and coaches and all that, I'm a trash talker. I love talking trash, but for fighting, that's just not me. I don't care to be loud and noisy and all that. I'm a humble guy. I'm going to go out there and dominate. I'm going to be the quiet assassin. You don't think nothing of me. Everybody know my skill set. I don't have to say much, and I go out there and just dominate you. And enough said. You know what I mean? Yeah, said, what's already known don't have to be spoken. That's what I say. Because everybody know if I get a hold of you and get you on the ground, you already know what's going to happen. So I don't really have to talk trash on it. I don't have to go and talk trash and try to get in your head and get you discombobulated so you make the wrong mistake. I'm confident in my abilities and just know, like I said, what's already known don't have to be spoken. I do the face-offs, I do the media, and I don't have to talk bad about my opponents. I have to talk about my opponents. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do. I say, what's the game plan? Dominate. And everybody know what that means. Like, I'm going to get in there. If I get you to the ground, it probably won't be pretty.
Yeah.
Just walk off with my hand raised.
What's the mindset? And the reason I ask this is because, like, I've hunted with dudes who, like, they want to hype themselves up before a hunt. Like, this is like game day for them, What's the mindset like going into a hunt compared to a fight?
To be honest, pretty similar.
Yeah.
It's actually like dead on, kind of the same thoughts. I mean, when I go into hunt, today's the day. Every time you go to shoot, today's the day. Today's the day.
Yeah.
Today's the day that big one's coming out. Today's the day. You train. I shoot my bow every day. I practice hanging my stands. I'm walking through the woods, picking trees, making sure I know the trees, walking the area I'm going to follow in so I know the route I'm going to take in the dark. If I got the app, I don't need a headlamp or whatever it is. The same thing for fighting. It's like, all right, you wake up that morning, fight it. Today's the day. Today's the day. Today's the day. All we train for. Today's the day. I do my little shakeout workout all through camp. I'm working out. I'm studying game plans. I'm writing down notes. I'm watching film. I'm thinking, okay, so this is what he does on this. When I do this, he does that. If I do this, he does that. It's all the same. Checking trail camera pictures, checking the weather app, checking my Spartan Ford app, checking the Moultrie app, seeing if the wind match the weather is going to be, the certain temperature that the deer usually move on. Is it going to be a cold front or a hot front? Thermals up, down? It's all pretty much the same, just different avenues.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I was kind of thinking, in my mind, it is eerily similar. Like you're going into it thinking like, okay, what if the deer comes this way? Same as like, what if the fighter does this? Like, what if the deer, gets hung up out here? Same as like, what if a fighter does this? Like you're constantly thinking about what is the deer going to do versus how am I going to respond if they do that? Like what's my play at the deer if this does happen? And so I was kind of thinking, it probably is very similar because like I said, I go into a hunt, like not like jacking myself up like you would in a locker room for a football game, but like mentally, like you're jacking yourself up as far as like, okay, if the deer does this, like what if I see him coming from this direction? What if, you're constantly thinking about this type of stuff and like thinking through your mind, what's the opponent going to do or the deer? And then how do I respond if they do that? And so I figured it would be, kind of similar in that aspect. Now, when it comes to here's what I love about people in the professional world that also share a passion for hunting. I've gotten to talk to professional baseball players and, NFL players and yourself, being a professional fighter. I love it because they're on this national platform to reach a crowd for a different sport. But then they use that platform to reach people for the good of hunting. And it goes back to the people that I think make the biggest impact for hunting is not your meat eaters and your wired to hunts and the hunting public, because those people are watching your content because they're hunters like that. They're there because they are already hunters. But you guys have such a unique opportunity because they're tuning in because they're fight fans, or they're tuning in because they're NFL fans, or they're tuning in because they're baseball fans. And then you show them the reality of hunting and you introduce them to a new sport, which is why I've said I think Joe Rogan has done more good for hunting than anybody else ever has. Because, he's got people from all walks of life that tune in, and then he introduces hunting. We talk a lot about our favorite bows, about our favorite camo, our favorite arrows, and we invest a lot of money into the gear that we use. Listen, that investment does not matter if you're not healthy enough to get out in the woods. That investment of your camo does not matter if you can't make it up the mountain to where the elk are. One of the best investments you can make is investing in your health, investing in the longevity of you as a hunter. Guys, Mountain Tough is truly changing lives of people all around the world. It's changed my life. It's changed lives of people like Mr. Randy Newberg. His testimony about Mountain Tough is absolutely phenomenal. He's even partnered with them to help make a program for people 50 and over because he's so passionate about what it's done for him in his life. Guys, Mountain Tough truly is incredible. And I want to give you a chance to try it for 6 weeks completely free. When you use the code TYPICAL, all caps, TYPICAL, you're going to get the original 14 days free, but then you're also going to get an additional 30 days free, 6 weeks of free training. Give it a shot, give it a try, and just see. I promise you in that 6 weeks, you'll feel better. You'll perform better. You'll look better. Everything about your life will improve if you just give it a chance. If you don't like it at the end of that 6 weeks, no harm, no foul. but I want to give you a chance to try it free for 6 weeks. Again, Mountain Tough, use code typical, all caps, and try it for 6 weeks completely free. What kind of, have you got to see, like, has there been any really cool return on like investing into people and then becoming hunters?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of fighters that, like, when I moved to New Jersey, they called me Big Country because I would literally come to the gym in camo. I would go hunt in the morning, get out of the woods, come into the locker, like come into the gym full camo with my little scent bag in my hand, whatever, go in the locker room in the bathroom stall, take everything off, put it in the scent bag, zip it up, and then change it in my clothes. And the guys wondering, oh, you Big Country, all you do is hunt, all you do is that. Then when the pandemic hit and there's nothing to do, so same guys would be hitting me like, hey, man, you still be shooting your bow? Like, do I change my drawers? Is a pig's butt port? Like, yes, I do that every day. That's what I do. Like, oh, you think you can show me? Like, yeah, for sure. And same thing with fans. I've had guys, like, I'll be on Instagram Live or TikTok Live, and I've been doing live a lot on TikTok, and I've been blowing up, like getting thousands of people on my live, and they all come in like, man, never in a million years I was scrolling down my For You page looking for hunting stuff, and I would see Corey Anderson come across. Like, I'm a huge fight fan, or vice versa. Like, oh, I'm a fight fan. I never thought I would see you on here talking hunting. You hunt? That's interesting. Oh, how did you get into that? And they start asking questions, and we talk on live. I'm like, oh, I think I might give it a try. Or somebody messaged me, like, oh, I've always thought about hunting. I see you I'm a huge fight fan, but I see you hunt too. What's the best budget bow I can get to get started in it? Things like that. And that's just something like when I reach out for partners and sponsors, like I always say, I'm not trying to get rich, trying to get paid on the hunting side. It's just, I mean, you got to pay for time. If I'm advertise a specific brand, I mean, I would like to be compensated for. And some brands don't see it. Like you say, they looking for the John Dudleys, the Crush TV, the people that's big in the industry. Those are the people they are willing to pay. But at the same time, the people that's watching them are already expected to hunt. The people watching them are hunters. You guys need to get into like somebody in a different demographic, a different sport. I was like, I got a lot of things going that there's not many people in the black community that like hunting. But I've had a few people that saw like, oh, that's interesting. How did you get into that? And now I know people that are of my color that are huge into hunting now. I know
that's exactly what I was gonna say, dude. Like, and I mean, I say this in the most respectful way possible because I don't want to get the brakes beat off of me.
Say it, bro. Just say it.
I love the fact that we have a giant black man that looks like he could just choke you out and kill you, like, because he can. That represents hunting. And I'll say the same thing. Have you ever been on Working Class Bowhunter?
Yep.
Like,
I had a conversation with them. I had that conversation with them about it.
I love Kurt, like, because the dude does not look like a hunter. Like, if I ever saw him walk into Walmart, I would not be like, oh, there's a hunter. Like, you're like, oh, there's a stinking punk rock kid, you know, like, but they're going to reach a different, because they can speak to people. Like, Kurt can speak to people about hunting that look like they're not a stupid looking redneck that, you know, everybody's like, oh, look at this guy, he's a hunter. And so I love the fact that we have hunting is for everybody, man. Like, listen, the only reason that you're here is because your ancestors hunted and killed off the land and survived. Like, that's the only reason you're here. Hunting is in all of our DNA. And so I absolutely love the fact that we have somebody that can approach, the black community about hunting. Like, that is super cool to me, man. Has it ever been vice versa though, of like not being respected or received in the hunting community?
Oh, all the time. Also, we talked about that on the hunting, not the hunting, Working Class Bowhunting. That same thing. And I told them, yeah, it happens. I've been on public land spots, which is why I tend not to hunt public land anymore, because now, like, hunting since the pandemic has been very overwashed, oversaturated. Mm-hmm. Everybody want to do it. And now it's the cool thing. You know, I mean, hunting is that cool thing. But you never know who you're going to run into in these spots. You know what I mean? I could be in a spot and a guy coming in throwing a fair. I was in the spot first. Like, what do you mean you're in the spot first? Like, how are you here if I'm already in the tree? You know what I mean? Oh, get out of here before I call it. It's like a whole ordeal. And I never want to argue with nobody. One, I don't want nobody to know who I am, first of all. Because if something was to happen, they can try to sue me. Oh, he hurt me, he did that. So I usually just kind of get out of the tree or leave the property, or Like one time I had got permission to a spot and somebody else who had permission to the spot showed up to check on. I was there and he got mad. Like, oh, I'm a car. And I just got down and left. Like it ain't even worth it. Like I'm not finna, because he gonna find out who I am. Then it's gonna be an issue. And if a fight or something happen, 9 times out of 10, if it come down to self-defense, they're gonna say if I hit him at all, I'm gonna get the majority of the punishment. So now it's like I had to buy property of my own. People I know, or I know I'm the only one hunting, or it's like if before I go out, I'll message the property. I'm like, even though why do you always message me before you come? Like just in case I don't want nothing to happen where you don't know I'm out here and an incident happened. I've texted everybody I got permission. I'm on my way out to hunt your property. Or I'll text them the night before. I'm probably gonna hunt your property tomorrow, just so if anything happened, you know that I'm out there and I'm in the clear. It's just, I mean, you're gonna take good with the bad everywhere you go. There ain't always gonna be sunshines and rainbows, but it's not gonna stop me from hunting. Sometimes I've had incidents where I had permission on one spot. Guy had like 40-some acres. I shot a doe, and it just so happened to take off at like full sprint. It was a good shot too, full sprint straight to the left. I was hoping it went back, followed the way it came in, but it went through the woods and died on a neighbor's property. Now I went on the door. Now was the time I had the UBT1 tracking license for tracking. I went and got my tracking dog, came back with all my paperwork, my suit, my bag, knocked on the guy's door. Before I even started tracking, let him know. Like, I just as I killed the deer and I believe he's on their property. He opened the door and just went off at me. What the frick you doing, bro? Get the frick out. It's nighttime, it's dark, but I always knock. Even when I ask for permission, I knock and bag about 10 feet up and stand so you can see my hands is visible. You can see my dog. I don't have anything. He just cussing, call up a storm. Like, get the fuck out of a car, this and that, this. Before I can get back to my truck, it's like a rich neighborhood I'm hunting. I hear the sirens coming through the woods. Like, he already called. And I'm like, I put my headlamp on, I put the flashing spot on so he knows exactly what they're looking for. They all circle around like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I told him the situation, and the cop got out of the car like, wait, you what? Like, I shot a deer, I'm tracking. Like, that's not what he told us. Like, what? Because he called us and said there was somebody breaking into his house trying to rob. I'm like, what? I was like, hold on. I never even stepped in this crowd. Like, I followed the driveway down. He was like, well, he called the captain. We got a big issue down here. Can you come down? And the captain came like, he called in like you were breaking and entering his house and robbing him and all that. He was like, let me go talk to him. Like, officer, you don't have to. It's fine. Like, I don't want to cause a problem. At the time, my buddy had just moved into the house that let me hunt it. You don't have to. It's fine. No, I'm going to get it. We're going to get you a deer. If not, we call the game warden out here. And he goes up there, and I hear the guy going off on him, and he slams the door. And he came back and well, that was a mistake. He's not happy that I took your side now. He wants us all out of here. Like, it's fine, officers. Like, if it died in his yard, it's going to stink up his property. I'm not going to throw a fit. I'm out of here. But I had a buddy with me in the truck waiting. He was like, bro, all that over tracking the deer? I said, bro, this is stuff I got to deal with. You don't face these problems. You knock on the door, no problem. If it's a white, black, whoever's on it, they don't look at you as a threat. But like you said, a big black guy like me in the dark, it's like 8 o'clock at night, pitch black, and I got a dog with me. It's like he just instantly saw a black guy threat, call the cops. It's just you live with it. But I was deterred to hunt for like 2-3 weeks. Like that put a pit in my stomach. I was like, yo, I'm a tracking dog. I got tracking service. So now I'm thinking, like, what if somebody else called me to track with my dog and I got to go let the people know, like, we're out here just in case we come to your property. I don't want that. I don't want to tarnish, like, tracking dogs on it just because of the fact it was an African-American and knocked on somebody's door and now people come over there asking permission. They're not going to let somebody else do this. But at the same time, I love hunting too much to just let something like that stop me. So I keep doing it.
That's crazy, man. Like, and what's crazy is we live in this culture, and obviously what happened in that situation was just straight up discrimination. But we live in this culture now where, like, just because you say somebody is black, they're like, oh, dude, what are you racist? And I'm like, no, he's black. Like, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything negative about the fact that he's black. Like, I just stated a fact. Like, same way as if we was at this event one time and I was trying to describe to them the person I was talking about. And I'm like, oh, the black guy. And they were like, everybody freaks out. And I'm like, what are you talking? Like, I couldn't say blue shirt. There was 3 dudes in a blue shirt. I couldn't say, the one with jeans. They was all wearing jeans. I couldn't say, like, what did you want me to say? Like, that's a describing factor of the person. but we live in this culture now where it's like, just because we state a fact. And that's why I was kind of hesitant to say it. Like, I know you were not that way, but I didn't want a listener to be like, oh, you said he's a big black guy. He stinking is. Like, just the same, like if you describe me, you'd say the ugly, bald, white dude. Like, that's how you would describe me. Dude, I'm the furthest. Here's what I'll tell you, Corey. I tell my kids all the time. I'm like, kids, if your mama dies, your stepmama is going to be a big old black woman. And they're like, what? That's why, Dad? And I'm like, well, I've had small and white. I'm going to go big and black.
I want to eat good.
Dude, hey, listen, they can make fried chicken. Most of them can sing. Like, you know, I not many times you see a big black woman can't sing. And they'll protect me. Like, dude, what? That's 3 things I need right there, man. So that's the route I'm going. I told that we was at a axe throwing. Have you ever been axe throwing?
Yeah.
Well, they at the one we went to, they send you like a coach, like a trainer, to make sure you don't chop anything off. And it was a black guy, and we're hanging out, having fun all night. You know, he has to come by periodically and check on us, and just cutting up, having fun. And I said, you know, I've always told my kids, and my wife goes, don't stop, no. And I'm like, nah, he'll think it's funny. And so I told him that, and he goes, no way, man. He's like, I always tell my buddies, I'm going your way when my wife goes. He's like, oh, my buddy's got these nice little white girls, and my woman's mean. He's like, so I've always said I'm going your way when mine goes. And I'm I'm like, see, it's all in good fun, man.
Yeah, I went your way. I went your way early.
Yeah. Now, inside of the hunting industry, has there ever been any kind of, you know, challenges or barriers to cross, or has it kind of been just an accepting openness there?
I mean, it's never been straightly said, but I believe there's been situations.
Yeah.
Like I had one partner, I'm not going to say the name or brand. I was with them for a while, and then the CEO who I was working with resigned, and a new person came in, and I remember I was sending my monthly bill every month as a quote or whatever. Then when the timer, they asked me, like, oh, when is this over? I'm like, oh, we only got like 1 or 2 more payments. Once it was over, somebody messaged me like, can I see a contract with such and such? And like, is it supposed to be going for so long? Or is it just a year to year? I was like, year to year. And she's like, all right. And she's like, well, the new owner wanted to talk. We got to have a meeting to see some things. So I'll let you know if we're going to continue. All right. And then we just went by. I was like, all right, it's time for me to start re-upping my contracts. Like, are we doing anything? She's like, oh, he hasn't given me an answer or anything. And she comes, like, she messaged me on the side. She's like, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's probably not going to move forward. Like, what you mean? And it's the way she said it, she was like, it's just the way he's talking, like, you don't really fit what we're looking for. It's like some of the things you post don't follow what we post. I'm like, and then I told that to the performance CEO. Like, I've ran through your social media. You don't post anything. What are you talking about? Like, you haven't posted anything that any other hunter hasn't posted. And I was like, I get it. I get it. Like, he's not a fan. Like, African Americans, that's not his image. He don't see African Americans being hunters. And even the CEO message, like, that's probably the biggest mistake they made. You're probably one of the biggest name guys we need to keep in that company. Like, what you do as for fighting and who you are and how you are as a person. When people meet you, like, you are what we want to work with. You post the hunts as a hunt. You kill a doe, you post a hunt. You knock on doors like everybody else. Like, you are the people we want watching, not just the big stars that only go on the big outfitted hunts. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I'm not there to help you, but, I mean, I can only do so much from here. And now, like you said, you are not like you said, but like you see, industries are getting bought out by these investment companies, all different companies. So every year I'm losing more and more partners from these new owners. And they all got that same thing. Oh, we're going a new way. We're not going that route this year. We're going with this. And I talk to other people like, yo, you still a partner? Like, yeah, I'm still a partner. But the only thing different, I mean, you don't say, I mean, that's what it is what it is. I can't throw a fit. I just keep moving on. It's like, and then the worst part is some people got like 1,000, maybe 2,000 subscribers or followers. I got 10,000 subs, 133 on the one channel, almost 6,000 on another page follows. Like, all this stuff organic, never bought. It's like, oh, we're looking for a bigger following. I'm like, you working with this person and they got way less than what are you talking? It's just like, all right. They never truly say it. I don't think they can just come out and say, oh, it's because we don't support African Americans, or we're not looking for the African American field. And I'm not saying every time is because of that. It could be something. I'm going a different way. The way I hunt is different. Or the other products I push don't go align with what they want. But like I said, in certain times they word things away. Like, what do you mean? I didn't, huh? It's just in my head, you got to go to like, all right, I get it. I grew up in a long white neighborhood. I've heard it all. I've been pulled over by cops for doing nothing. It was like, oh, you fit the description of this. Like, okay. So.
Yeah. Have you ever met Dr. Warren Strickland?
No.
It's funny because I had heard so many stories about this guy and like legendary stories about, you know, the elk and the deer he's killed and, you know, polar bears and musk, like everything in the world that he's killed. And I even one time saw like a scan of his trophy room, and on one wall, it's like, you know, the room probably scanned. It's probably a 30-foot wall from top to bottom, all whitetail heads. You know, I'm like, God, dude, this dude's a stinking killer. And I was at an event one time and somebody's like, hey, come here over here. I want to introduce you to Warren Strickland. And I'm like, oh, absolutely. And I was like stoked to meet him. And we walk over and he's an older black gentleman. And I'm like, it just like clicked. I'm like, dude, like there is a community of people out there that look different than I do, that talk different than I do, that sound different than I do and live in different places than I do. And they are just as ate up with it as I am. And it was like in that moment, I just realized like, man, he's going to reach a crowd I'm never going to reach. Like, and yeah, he's in a different predicament than most people. He's a, you know, very successful doctor and has all the wealth that you need and all the, but he's still going to be able to reach a crowd that I would never be able to reach. And again, that's why I go back to respecting guys like yourself and Trent Murphy, played for the Bills. We're actually doing I'll go ahead and drop a teaser. I'm doing a bear hunt giveaway, all expense paid bear hunt in the spring with Ace Outfitters with me and Trent Murphy. And I've already said whoever shoots the smallest bear has to run the Oklahoma drill with Trent on the mountain. So that'll be exciting. I'm confident.
Trent Cole. You got Trent Cole too. He makes me look small. He's another big one. Like I met him when I first moved to Jersey. I saw he had a hunting show. Oh, who's this guy? I've never seen a black guy on a hunting show. And sent him an email, and he responded back within like 2 minutes. Send me his name, his number, or his address, his number. Like, yo, hit me up. Let's get together. We went fishing the next day. And it's like, nah, we talk all the time. It's not many of us out there, but there are some.
Like, well, hey, you might as well drop me the pins to your Onyx stands while you're at it. You know
Can't do that. I don't got Onyx. I got Spartan Forge.
I'll tell you another thing that I appreciate about you and the fact that you show everything, like you know, you're just talking about with your sponsors. If you shoot a doe, I mean, you post it and you're ecstatic with it. And I love that, dude. In the same breath, like, do you get a lot of pushback from not sponsors or, you know, the industry, but from people of like, dude, you just shot a small doe, like get over yourself.
Well, 100%. You're going to always get pushed. Look, I go out there and dominate in a fight and I'm going to get pushed back. That's just life. Everybody going to always have something to say against what you did or what you believe and what you harvested or whatever. But my thing is like, look, when people say something, oh, you killed that little doe, or you killed the doe, you should have waited and got a bigger buck or whatever. This not like, look, 2 back straps is better than no back straps. How about that? That's basic math. Like I could have sat out there and pass on a bunch of does and not seen a buck, but I got enough tags where I can hit quite a few does, and my freezer's pretty empty, or I want some more back straps, so I'm going to shoot a doe, and I'm going to eat it. The whole thing. Yeah. Don't matter what you think, you ain't got to eat it. You're like, oh, you kill those, why don't you only kill bucks? Like, I still haven't found a recipe for antlers. Well, I like antlers, but I can't eat them, so I mean. That's my theory. Yeah. That's basic math, man. I mean, now do you, what was I going to say? I had a question on that same kind of, pathway. Do you, when it comes to hunting and managing the properties, are you like a deer guy that wants to manage those properties? Or are you the type that just, you just want to go out and hunt and enjoy it? Like, do you get into that management aspect of the ground a ton? I do and I don't. Like I said, my own properties, I'm tracking a deer and I set a standard of what I want. I'm not just going to shoot any buck on my properties, even when I go to other people's properties. Unless like urban deer, where I know the area is just taken over by deer, and the goal is to reduce the deer that's coming through the neighborhood. Then I'll probably smack quite a few does because they got unlimited doe tags here in Jersey. Yeah, but I give some to the teammates, family, whatever. And like, yes, like I said, I see a buck come in or whatever, I look like, oh, that's going to be a good buck eventually. But at the same time, I've always said, I've never scored a deer. I've never, like, when I'm up there, counted the points before I decide. The way I decide is when I get in that tree stand, if something comes out and my body starts shaking, where I get the shakes and get the rattled and excited, I'm shooting.
Yeah.
That's it. No, oh, that's not the one on my target list, or I ain't the hit list one. If I get excited, I'm shooting. I mean,
yeah.
It's just, oh, you should have waited. That could have been a monster. Like, it's a monster now. It's a trophy to me. Again, you try being 6'3", 240 in the tree stand, get your bow, draw back with a 79 or 79 3/4 wingspan without getting spotted by a deer and get the shot off perfectly. That's a trophy.
Hey, at least you don't have to wear face paint, though. You know,
you're right about that. I get people say like, "Oh, where's your face paint? Or where's your mask?" Like, I don't need a mask. Remember, boy, White River Rainbow. We did a skit.
All there is a big smile and two eyes up there.
Yeah, me and my boy, we did a skit during turkey season. Like, man, all right, that's good, fun and game. But put your mask on. Like, what mask? Like, what do you mean? That's black privilege, and we just started dying. Like, I don't need a mask, bro. Like, they don't see me. I blend in with the blind and the tree. I'm fine. So
that's funny, dude. I have to wear all the paint because I glow, dude. Like, I mean, I am like crystal clear, man. So I got to wear all the paint, dude. I was sitting in a duck blind one time, and these ducks kept flaring us and moving, and I was like, dude, what? Like, we're all covered up, you know? Like, what are they seeing? And my buddy goes, I think your chrome dome's shining through. And I was like, dude, come on, man. Like, I got, I was wearing like a beanie. He's like, I think that thing's bright enough to shine through the beanie. And I was like, dude, you're probably not wrong. I just radiate like light. That's cool, man. You got any cool hunts planned this fall?
Well, as long as I'm fighting, it's kind of hard to plan hunts because when I used to buy tags and stuff or apply and win or get the draw, they always would give me a fight when I'm supposed to be hunting. So now it's just like, the way I do it is I'm going to fight and train, and when I'm done with the fight, like this fight is October 3rd, which is opening weekend in Indiana. Opening weekend here is September 13th, so I'm going to get 1 and 2 hunts here, leave for Dubai, then whatever I can get over the counter,
Yeah.
Texas, Illinois, Wisconsin, Kentucky, different things like that. But, yeah, that's just over the counter or bust for me. If it's a draw, it sucks unless I can get, like, what they call property tags or land management tags or something I can buy through a farmer or a guide. But other than that, I try not to guide. I don't do guided hunts either. I like doing all my own over-the-counter stuff.
How much longer do you anticipating fighting? I mean, do you see her retirement on the horizon or what?
I used to say this year, probably 1 year, but then that was when I was sitting out for a whole year with inactivity. So kind of like just the frustration of sitting around and waiting. I was just tired of it, just ready to be done with life and know what's next. That's the biggest thing. You don't know when your next fight is. You don't know when the next check is coming. You hustling, you coaching, you doing things to make money, but you know your big breadwinner is coming when you fight, but you don't know when that's coming. Now I'm staying active and everything, and I'm back in training camp, and I'm excited. I'm just loving training, and I'm still learning. I'm asking questions. I had this conversation with my coach Wednesday, like, yo, I used to say this contract was it, which is over by the end of this year. But now it's like, yo, I'm still fired up. I'm learning. I feel good still. My body's still healthy. I'm dominating these guys and taking zero damage. I don't know. I can't, but it's hard to put an end on it. I always said in the beginning I'd be done at 31. I'm 35 and still loving it and growing. So making the most money I ever made, taking the least damage I ever taken. So it's kind of hard to walk away at this point, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is October, is that a title fight?
Yeah. That's fighting to defend my championship status.
Oh, hot dang, man. Where can we watch that at?
ESPN Plus. October 30th. Should be on through the day here. It'll be on at night in Dubai. I believe like 8 hours behind them. So
I'll be watching, man. I might be in a tree stand, but I'll be watching for sure.
hey, watch wherever you can watch.
I certainly will, man. We'll be rooting for you.
Appreciate it.
Well, Corey, man, I know you got some training to do, so I appreciate you coming on, dude. And it's always just a pleasure talking with you. Always fun. And good luck in October, man. I hope you defend the title. Hope you get the win, and I hope you kill a whole lot of deer this year.
Appreciate it, Dylan. I hope you have a good fall hunting season. Anything else you got planned? I hope success for you and the podcast continue to go, and your brain continues to grow. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure talking outdoors and hunting.
It's not often that a new company comes along in the archery world and just absolutely changes the game. However, that is exactly what Dialed Archery did when they entered the scene. Pretty much took the archery world by storm, and for good reason. Now, if you followed me, you know my review of the Arxos. There was some things I didn't like about the Arxos. However, when the proof was introduced, here's what they did. They took all of the customer feedback. They took all of the customer feedback so well that I believe with the proof, they have created a perfect sight. They listened to what the archery world wanted and needed out of a sight. And that's what they got with the proof. It is completely redesigned. It's completely in every way. It's just a better sight. They have improved on every issue that people had with the Arxos, and they have created, in my opinion, an absolute bomb-proof sight. Completely customizable on the website. Colors, pin configuration, pin sizes, pin colors. Completely customizable. You get exactly what you want right out of the box. Guys, I would highly encourage you to go check out Dialed Archery for your next sight. You are going to get, here's what I promise you, you are going to get more yardage out of a sight tape. Now, for a guy who's relatively on the short side of a draw length, that's pretty important to me. I shoot a heavier arrow and I don't have an incredibly long draw length. So that rail giving me a little bit more out of my sight tape is something that's very important to me. However, all of the other features of the proof make a bomb-proof sight. You can throw that thing around the mountain. You can drag it through the mud. It's going to perform every single time because Dialed has created, in my opinion, with the proof, the perfect sight. Go check out dialedarchery.com for your next and your last bow sight. Guys, one of the easiest and cheapest ways to upgrade your bow is with a custom set of strings. A lot of people make custom strings, but very few people do it as well as Dominant Strands. Now, the reason I believe they do it really well is because Lewis over there at Dominant Strands, he has years of experience in the industry. His customer service is phenomenal. He offers an incredible wide range of different materials to build your next set of strings out of. And he just knows archery. Lewis is the guy, if I've got a bow that I just can't figure out, I call Lewis. He is incredibly informed, and he's ready to help you build the best set of strings for your bow. Go to dominant-strands.com and get your next bowstring today. Now, I tell everybody the moment you get a recurve, the best and cheapest and easiest way to make that recurve faster, quieter, and shoot better is to get a custom string. Lewis makes a phenomenal string for a recurve. Guys, go to dominant-strands.com, use code typical10 to get 10% off your entire order, whether that's a set for your compound, a set for your crossbow, a new string for your recurve, any material, any colors. That code is going to get you 10% off your entire order. Dominant Strands, go check them out. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Everybody have a great week and keep the dusty side up.